Welcome to Real Estate on the Rocks, where you get top shelf real estate conversations served straight up, never watered down. Here's your host, Dave Snowberger.
Welcome back to Real Estate on the Rocks. My name's Dave Snowberger. I'm joined in the studio today with Marshall Tucker and Alicia Hooper.
I can't.
Hooper. AKA Taco.
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Mindset, abundance. Talk to me.
Go.
Why is everyone pointing at me?
Because you wanted this topic today.
Well, I was just saying you're asking for topic ideas. We're going into the second quarter, and
I said high value shit, and you said abundance.
we talk about burnout and continuing on every day. So as we move into the second quarter, let's talk about burnout and how to keep motivated.
Keep that momentum going.
Let's do it. Alicia, how you finding your way out of the burnout phases these days?
I have found that I've been drinking a lot.
That always helps. That's why we call
kidding.
it Real Estate on the Rocks.
So to get specific with my brokerage, Keller Williams has a class called BOLD. And it's
BOLD.
BOLD.
Which stands for Business. Objectives, Life by Design.
By design.
I think.
I like it.
Cool. I'm
Yeah,
sticking with it.
We'll roll with it. And it's an 8-week intensive training on mindset, which is a beautiful thing. So not only is it helping you grow your business, it's helping you adjust your mindset to make sure that you keep that momentum going so you're setting yourself up for success in Q3.
Nice.
Dave is making me laugh.
That was a mouthful.
It's good. Sorry, yes.
So you think Bull's going to help you through a little bit maybe of Q1 burnout that you went through?
Absolutely. The high accountability that is a part of that class it's great for me.
Right.
I thrive on accountability. So
Right on. And so what do you think were some of the triggers of Q1? What were you burnt out with? Would you say? I mean, was it just the massive amount of lead generation you were doing? Were you not doing enough generation? Were you doing so much and you weren't seeing any return?
No, my thing is my mindset around work is 24/7, and I don't
It's a daily grind.
It is a daily grind, and I don't take care of myself as much as I should. And just having that one designated day off, or even half a day, is something I'm implementing, and that has seemed to help a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's important to me right now. I just was telling Marshall and the crew yesterday in our yesterday's meetings, and a lot of times our meetings can come off a little bit kind of like, I can't tell, is he pissed? Is he what? And I'm just more like kind of masterminding and saying, but I just started thinking with Marshall, it's like, man, you've been grinding for about 3 years now with me on my team, maybe a little bit more, but I really want to get him a weekend off,
Sure.
or I would like to get him to a position to where he took weekends off. I mean, I pretty much take weekends off. I work every now and then. I'm always working by my phone, especially
Sure.
with sellers.
Right.
I'm not digging ditches. I'm not out showing the homes, but I'm definitely fielding the phone calls and running the texts and all that stuff. And I just went through a rough one that I closed out. Great seller, little demanding, little more than I like to work with. However, I had to do the things that I didn't want to do. And I would say at a high level to get this one closed, and I got it closed and got it off the books. And there's some certain burnout there. Like it was in my meeting where I just don't want to work with that type of seller again. And most people look at me like I'm goofy and just say, you don't get to pick your sellers. Like you need the business that bad. I'm like, oh, that's where you're wrong. Mm-hmm. I don't need the business that bad. I have plenty of business, and I like to operate off the mind of abundance that if I cut this one out over here. Now I typically won't turn away business. I don't want to get that off, but it's almost like, a lot of things that we do now with like the KPA, the Keller personality assessment, or just an assessment test or kind of a DISC test. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm almost good enough now where I've done the DISC test enough with potential realtors coming into the business that I can really kind of profile people.
Nice.
And I can tell I go on a listing appointment, it's like, I don't want this one. And it's in my subconscious though.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I mean, I think Marshall knows it and hates it because sometimes he'll go with me and like, dude, you're not even going to go for the sale? And I'm like, no. Mm. And if they want a list, they can call me.
I don't want it. But then they want it more than.
Yeah.
Come sell me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the way it shakes out.
You want to come list me.
And so I just kind of like, I don't want to pursue you that bad because I know that you're going to more than likely, you're going to have a lot of issues, you know, and you're going to want, it's going to take a lot of babysitting instead of just instilling the trust in me to solve all your problems.
Sure.
You're going to want to be kept up to speed every single day. And I've already got myself, Melanie, Marshall, and some of our other people already dealing with folks like this. I can't take another one. We need some more low-hanging fruit that just trust us to come in and sell the property. I hope that makes sense.
It does.
I'm not picking on my sellers at all.
No, you're
in case any of them are listening. Really?
Hey, sellers.
Hey, sellers. Welcome to Real Estate on the Rocks.
Okay,
now turn it off.
Yeah.
Well, earlier you were asking, you know, Alicia why she was burnt out. Is she tired of making calls, tired of not getting any traction or whatever?
Right.
It can go both ways. You can be highly successful in closing lots of deals and still get burnt out.
Absolutely.
So you need to schedule vacations. You need to schedule that time. Me and my wife kind of have like a running joke that if there's a holiday, you know, coming around, I'm going to write a contract because I work, it seems, every holiday, you know,
Yeah.
when the client is available, that's when I'm working. So
Right.
They're available on
Well,
weekends and off.
it's like the one where you go on vacation and all of a sudden your phone. I mean, Heather,
Oh, yeah.
Heather, the one James is out with today.
Yeah. Right.
Like my last day of vacation last year, and I didn't pick up my phone the whole time. I just happened to be listening to something through my little Bose thing, and it started ringing. And I was like, I know this number. I think I should. And I was staring at the ocean, having a beer. It was beautiful, beautiful sunset, and I was like, I should probably answer this. Vacation's over, right? Pick it up. She's like, we fired our realtor. We want you. And I was just like, I mean, that was the first words out of her mouth when I said, hey, it's Dave.
Yeah.
We fired our realtor. Finally, we want you.
Nice.
And I came in. And I mean, I got back and we put a sign in the ground and took a contract immediately. I felt bad for the other realtor because she was there for quite some time, but we just came in and did our little marketing stuff, threw it out there, and a realtor we know saw our social media stuff and said, I've got the buyer for you.
Boom.
You know? And,
like it.
Anyway.
I know that you always talk about, or realtors always talk about getting so busy on vacation.
Yeah.
We should just be on vacation all the time.
We are.
So
Always on vacation.
Well, I pretty much am now, you know?
Must be nice.
Yeah. I just sit in a podcast studio all day.
There you go.
Under this palm tree right here, drinking this
Contagious.
coconut Topo Chico. Anyway,
So to avoid burnout, have goals and systems. So I got a slide here that obviously we can't see, but I'll read it to you. Goals are good for planning your progress, and systems are good for actually making progress.
Yeah.
Goals can provide a direction and even push you forward in the short term, but eventually having a well-designed system will always win. Having a system is what matters. Committing to the process is what makes the difference. And that follows on to the ability to show up every day, stick to the process, do the work, especially when you don't feel like it, is so valuable that it is literally all you need to become better 99% of the time. The process requires work toward it with purpose. Unsuccessful people get pulled off course by the urgencies of life. If you only do the work when it is convenient or exciting, you will never be consistent enough to achieve remarkable results.
That's right. And going off that Grant Cardone that I listened to last night, he said that you're not tired. You lost your purpose. Mm-hmm. People don't get burned out. You lost your purpose. You need to reevaluate. Okay, why am I doing this? What is my purpose?
I can see that for sure.
And that'll bring you back to like, all right, let's go.
And that's usually what goes on with us is that, man, I feel burnout all the time. I mean, I don't open my mouth. I go in the office and just kind of keep going through the motions and doing what we have to do. And then all of a sudden it just fades and you just start kicking butt again.
Right.
You know, but this time I'm a little bit more mindful of not just myself, of the people around me.
Yeah.
I mean, I genuinely care about Marshall and,
Sure.
and the rest of the team,
it.
obviously. You know, that's it. Not my family.
That's what you're going to say, and that's it.
My work family.
Even I care about you, obviously.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's just
Ditto.
kind of, you know, you weren't able to join us last week because you had some things going on or whatever. And it's just kind of like, I'm just all week long asking questions like, how can we help Alicia? What can we do for her? You know, and just kind of seeing where we're at with that. You know, it's like I generally care around the people around me more than I care about myself. And I care that these guys go through burnout. So I want to watch his days that he's working.
Nice.
I want to watch how many contracts he's writing and everything else. And I do liken it to, you know, on our specific team, on our team, we eliminated paperwork for our sales staff pretty much, right?
Nice.
So they do the contract, they fill it out, then they get it over to the contract coordinators and it's out of their hands. That alleviates them of 18 to 20 hours. I thought that would just be good enough. you know, and it's not. And just taking a look at it, I was like, well,
Other things fill that spot.
yeah, other things fill that spot. And it's usually more lead generation, right? So it's more conversations, it's more stress, it's more no's, it's more this. And anytime you up your no quotient, it's going to be more stressful.
That's right.
You know, it's going to keep shooting cortisol into your system and trying to shut you down and make you not want to go to work. And I just can't handle any more no's. When am I going to get a yes? You know, that's what we're going through with the new guy. Is he was doing that, you know, it's just every door in the world's getting closed in his face. And I gave him a list of all the expireds, FSBOs, and withdrawals from the first. And I was like, in this list lies around $20,000 worth of commission. It's up to you to find it.
There you go.
Each one of these, from the first number all the way to the 100th number, if there was 100 people in there, it has to be called 3 times. You have to at least call them 3 times. Even if they tell you no, you're going to call them again, you know, and just you're going to keep going on this list. And right now, I believe he's taking a listing out of the list, and he's got one coming up. The funny thing is Marshall's already been talking to this withdrawn. And so he comes in and he starts talking about it. And I put 2 and 2 together. Those dopes don't even do it. And so, cause I've got this one over here bragging to me that he's got this guy all lined up, and he comes in bragging to me he's got this guy all lined up. And I was like,
that's hilarious.
Y'all might need to talk.
Maybe I should go together.
Because this client sounds very familiar to me, and so that was pretty funny. But my whole thing right now is to kind of like the well-being of the team, is make sure everybody gets their rest, their time off, and to recharge. I usually say I can handle myself, you know. I need it too. Absolutely. You know, and I from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to bed is real estate, man. And it's just real estate. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you man.
It's okay. I didn't
You
take
just
it
had
personally.
off for Easter. I worked Easter, Dave.
Well, it goes back to, because you said, you know, you were going through the motions. So this business is very simple and it's very consistent. So it's very easy to get bored or go through the motions, get burned out, etc. So I think that's why it's very important that you track where you are, track your business, so that way you know, and have small wins.
Yeah.
Don't wait for the end of the year to celebrate. Have small wins, whether that's quarterly, monthly, whatever that looks like for you. Everybody's different. I need it more.
The goal only changes that moment, so you got to fall in love with the process.
That's right.
Kind of like falling in love with the journey, not the destination.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that.
Yep. Good stuff.
I like the small goals. We were talking about the 5-year goal earlier. When people do that, the 2-year, the 3-year, the 5-year, whatever it is, it's always irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
And that's just to me. Some people operate like that, where they're trying to hit that 5-year goal. I think in the back of my head, once again, my subconscious has a 5-year goal, not to be dead, you know? And so, I just push towards all these smaller goals that we do. Every morning we come in, we do the rev up, right? So we talk about our affirmation for the day. You know, it's like, I feel great and I'm wanting to make a bunch of calls. We talk about our gratitude, what we're thankful for. You know, I'm thankful for Alicia and Marshall doing this podcast with me. And then my goal for the day. And my goal for the day is typically an actionable item, something I can actually achieve that day that I'm going to knock out, whether it be, you know, I go on one appointment, I set 2 appointments, whatever it is. Right. It usually revolves around that. But typically what it is, it's appointment based, because we get paid off appointments, being when we go to appointments and we do lead conversion, it turns into a sale. Correct. Right. So a buy or a sell. So, that's the way I do it.
I like it.
Any other tips on to avoid burnout, Marshall?
Drinking. Oh, we already
That's how I
covered
started.
that one.
Yep. For sure.
Move to Colorado.
And I'll just forget while I'm so stressed.
There you go. All right. That it?
Thanks. That's all
We got it.
I like it.
Nailed it.
Boom.
Alicia's got to get on, so we got to get going.
Later.
Does anyone else think these podcasts are better without James?
Ouch,
If
that
you
hurts.
think so, please send to info
Yeah.
at
Just playing. Just playing.
Hey, don't forget to visit our page over on Facebook. It's Top Shelf Agents is searchable. You do have to join the page, so we invite you in as if you're a realtor. We're holding it to just realtors or sales agents right now. It's for new agents, agents on the rise, or maybe agents returning back to the business, or just agents that are kicking ass and want to share. It's a sharing culture. You know, get in there, ask a lot of questions, answer a lot of questions, do whatever you got to do. So once again, my name's Dave Snowberger. I'm joined in the studio today with Alicia Hooper, Marshall Tucker. who else? I usually say James Mendez, but I'm just so used to saying it. James is not here.
New guy is here in spirit.
Here in spirit.
He just texted he's on his way. Well, it's all wrapped up and gone.
Day late, dollar short.
Too bad. We're out.
That's my line.
Bye, y'all.
Deuces.
We're out.